Welcome everyone. I hope your year is going well. We are on day, what are we on day today? Day 14 today, aren't we? Day 14. And for me, this is going to be a year of massive change. This is going to be a year for me of, well, what's my word of the year? Choices. My word of the year, choices. And you can take that word however you want, but for me, this year, it's all about making choices as to what is going to support me, what is going to help me, making a choice whether I go and say yes to something or I say no to something. Choices as to whether I go all in on something that aligns with me or doesn't. You know, that choice to say, actually, no, that this is not going to serve me. This is not going to be in alignment with what I am, who I am. And I'm going to be making so many more conscious choices about what I do, where I show up, how I show up, what I learn, who I invest with, what I teach, how I run my business, how I look after my family life. Everything. So it's going to be an exciting year, and I would love you to tell me what you are going to make this year. You know, what are you going to make of this year, shall we say? So today I wanted to talk to you about the current state of affairs. When it comes to our business, our network marketing business, our full-time job that we've got, our side hustle thing that we do on the side, our other stream of income or other streams of income that we've got. What we did last year probably won't work this year. And there's various reasons for this. And I want to go into this later on as well, because I think it's so important that we understand that when we're running a business, we have to change with the times. We have to, if we don't want to fail, if we don't want to be getting left behind, we have to adapt. We have to make our businesses resilient. We have to try new things. We have to make sure we're up to date with all the things. And I spent a lot of money last year and a lot of time learning more about social media and the changes that happened at the end of last year on these platforms with all their updates. I spent a lot of money learning how to build different ways of getting more income in and things like that. And I, you know, as part of my membership and my mastermind, you learn bits of this from me. You know, I pass my knowledge down so that you can then pass that knowledge down to your teams. And I think this is really important, because if I'm not up to date, I'm not going to have a resilient business, and I'm not going to be able to teach you guys, my clients, my followers, my audience, you know, you guys that have just found me from somewhere. I'm not going to be able to teach you those things to help you build your business. And it's just never going to work. But within our industry, within network marketing specifically, we're all really hard workers. We're all really driven to do the things. You know, I would say that we are. The ones that are successful and that want this as a full-time income, as a, you know, a legacy, as passive income, recurring revenue, to have the life that we dream of. Those people in this industry, people like me, people like you that are listening to this, we work really hard to get a good income from this. We work really hard to build, to grow. And at the beginning, it can feel really fruitless because, you know, you're putting all these hours in and actually you're not getting the results from it, or the results as quick from it as you would hope. You need to build your audience. You need to build those connections with people. You need to convert people to buy, book and join. And as you're growing it, it can feel like a real slog, because it's not instant money. It's not. Sometimes, you know, you get sold the dream of this is going to be the most amazing thing and it's really easy and you don't have to sell and you know, people make loads of money from this. Yes, but they make it down the line. They make it when they've built the audience, when they've learnt the skills, when they have got the team that is building them the passive income. It does become much easier. honestly, it does become much easier. You're talking to somebody who started in network marketing in 2005 and didn't have a clue. And I didn't build an income straight away. You know, I learned how to do this, and I made mistakes, and I started from the bottom and had those, you know, £200 earnings months, and was thinking, goodness me, when am I ever going to get to that stage where I am on that stage earning the big checks? And it comes, but it's not instant. And when things change within the economy, within the platforms that we're using to be able to sell through, whether that is local, regional, online, worldwide, you know, whatever, things become more difficult and things become more challenging. And at the moment, with what's happening in the world, people have changed how they're buying, and they've changed how they're seeing you. And I was in a training session on Monday. Let me take you back to Monday and my day in London. Monday this week, I went to a training session as part of some self-development that I'm doing with another coach to become accredited. No, that's the wrong word. Qualified as a coach and mentor, as a level 3 assessor, mentor, all this stuff. And part of that was to go down to London for this course. And there was a lady there who I've followed for a very, very long time. She did a talk there, Lisa Johnson. Some of you might have heard of her. She is a passive income, recurring revenue strategist. It's her expertise. She's also a personal brand strategist. And she was talking about the things that have changed in the world of selling our stuff. And she was talking about the reason for this. And the big reason is that there is a massive trust recession. So these were the words that she used, trust recession. And it really hit home with me, because actually there is. How many of you have customers, potential recruits that are a bit on the fence? Well, I don't know whether I should buy. Oh, I'm not sure about spending money with you. Oh, network marketing is a bit of a scam. Oh, you know, whatever the like hesitation is, they're not buying as readily. So when I used to do launches, I'd do a challenge or a masterclass or a boot camp, and I would get so many people buying straight away. You know, back in 2021, 22, loads of people would buy straight away. They'd be like, yes, I'm in, I'm doing this. People are thinking a bit more about it. People have been burnt by making bad choices with their money, and they're being more careful with it because money's, you know, it's not as available to a lot of people anymore, and they're choosing more wisely what they should spend it on. There's more people that are being scammed. There's more people online that are not being as truthful as they could do about the products and services that they're selling. I don't know whether you've noticed, you know, those people selling the dream, and it's not actually the reality when people buy it. People overpricing things and not showing the value in things and not giving the value in things. And, you know, it's all around us. You know, you must see it as well. You just get thrown so many adverts. You get thrown so many images on social media that are AI generated, so you don't know what's true and what's not. Posts that are AI generated that have just been copied and pasted straight from ChatGPT, so that it could be anybody. You know, this trust is disappearing rapidly from our audiences. And that, you know, there's other reasons why maybe you're not selling and maybe not growing as much as you wanted to, or what worked last year isn't working this year, along with changes to how social media show content, algorithms, changes in people's behaviour in your local community and what they attend and what they don't attend and what's being put on for you guys. Businesses disappearing, collaborations being a little bit more cautious. You know, all these things, it's all affecting us. So if we keep doing the same things that we were doing before, you know, even in November, even in August last year, you know, even in such a short period of time, if we're still doing those same things, the results that we're going to get are not going to be as good. They're just not. And I can see from my personal business last year, the difference in the amount of trust I am having to show, the amount of value I am having to give to get the sale. I'm having to show up so much more, be so much more visible. And that's hard because we've only got so much time. We've only got so much energy. Some of us aren't as confident as others about showing up all the time, showing our faces, putting content out there that's not AI generated. And it can be really difficult. And this is what Lisa was saying in her talk. And I was sat there resonating with it the whole way through, saying, this is what I've been saying for so long. These are the things that I've been trying to tell people. She's just put it so much more eloquently than I would. That people just aren't buying the same. People aren't joining in the same way. They are, when they do join or do buy, they're coming in, but some are, absolutely flying with it. But some are really struggling. And this is why, because we can't just do the things that we did before. And we can't be hiding behind copy-paste stuff, images that aren't ours, that are created, not created by us. The platforms know now. Every time I put a post out, I get a notification that says, this content is unique. Great, you can use it. Or this content has a content match from somewhere else. And I think, oh, why is that? It's because I've copy and pasted it, or I've shared it, shared this live, from somewhere else to somewhere else. If I download this live and put it up somewhere else, if I download this content and put it up somewhere else, if I download this image from what I've posted yesterday, 5 days ago, and put it somewhere else, the platforms know. They can tell. So, it does make life more difficult. Anyway, waffling. So what we need to do is, if we want to grow and scale, if we want to become more resilient, we need to focus on building this trust. And building this trust takes time, and it will take you being visible and you being unique and you showing up. And we've got to find ways of doing this that don't scare the living what's it out of us. Okay? Because I know the confidence and courage come with practice. Not all of you will be ready to jump straight into going live on Facebook every day. I've got a client at the moment, Melanie Brown. She was on my podcast a few weeks ago. Go and listen to it. She's done 160 days of lives consistently every day. And in our mastermind chat, she comments and says, I've done my live today. I've done my live today. And we've been cheering her on every step of the way. What a difference that's made to her visibility. But some people aren't ready for that. You might not be ready for posting on social media. You might not be ready for going guest speaking somewhere, whatever. But we need to start somewhere. So we need to start thinking where we're at now. Where are you right now with your visibility? And where do you want to be? And what are the first steps on that journey? What are the first things that you can be doing that you are ready to do, that you have the courage to give a go? There's one thing that I saw on social media, and it's something that I say all the time, and it really struck me as something that I needed to repeat to you guys today. It's not about being confident, it's about having the courage. And I can't remember who I'd seen it off. I think it was Heather Rose, Pink Fist social lady. I think it was her that put it out there. And I think it's so important. We just need to have the courage to give it a go, and the confidence comes with doing the thing and seeing that it was okay. But it's your level of courage, okay? So we need to be finding ways of getting visible, but we also need to be thinking, I have not got the time to do absolutely everything. I cannot be on social media 8 hours a day. I cannot be showing up in all the conferences and trainings in person and the visibility networking things that are put on for us, because I don't have time. So how else can I do this? How can I be clever about building my audience, about connecting with that audience, and about converting them to buy, that works in the background, that doesn't exchange time for money, that doesn't exchange effort for money, that is something that I want to do, that fits with how I want to run my business. Okay, so I'm going to give you some ideas, and then I'm going to give you a link to a free challenge. So Lisa Johnson is running a free challenge on the 26th of January. 2 weeks away? January-ish. If you're listening to this later on down the line, 26th of January 2026. If you've missed it, she does one every year. Don't worry if you've missed it, there's other things, and yeah, don't worry. So, 26th of January, it's called Race to Recurring Revenue. And I used this challenge to kickstart my, I'd got my business, but I used it to perfect what I was doing. This business, the direct selling success business, because I wanted to help as many people as I could in the time that I had. And I realised that doing this the way I was doing it, by showing up everywhere and giving everybody all my time, was never going to build, it's never going to scale. We can't do that. It's like Party Plan. When I used to do Party Plan, going out with my demo kit to people's houses, back in the day, there was only so many parties I could do. And yes, I could build a team who could do parties for me, but there was only so far that could go. The building of the team made it so much easier for me to build my business. But until I got leaders who were building teams as well, there was only so far I could go. That was where my recurring revenue came from. That was where my passive income came from. But again, I could only meet so many people in person to be able to recruit so many people. So actually having something in the background that kind of made this a little bit easier, a bit more automated, a bit more systemized, something that meant that other people were doing it for me, that became my recurring revenue. So when I started this business and went to do Lisa Johnson's Race to Recurring Revenue Challenge, I thought, how can I do this for my business now? The direct selling success business is not a network marketing business. I don't recruit people. There's just me and my VAs. You've got a team of 2 VAs that help out with stuff, with tech and stuff in the background. But that wasn't there in 2020-21. So I did Lisa's challenge to give me some more ideas on the things that I could do. I did the challenge, I implemented the things, and goodness me, did it work. And the reason I'm telling you this is because I can see how Lisa Johnson's Race to Recurring Revenue Challenge can massively work for network marketing in this current climate. And I can see, it's like totally free challenge. Honestly, I'll give you the link, you can go and watch it, but I'm also going to give you some ideas. So even if you don't want to do her challenge, you don't have to. But the ideas for doing the things differently, showing up in the time that you've got in a way that you want to, that works for you, is such a good idea. Because if you think about this, you've got your social media. There's only so much you can do on social media, and with all the changes, it's getting harder and harder and harder. But on social media, if you can be more you, be more visible, add value, show trust, it's massively going to help you. In person, you're only going to be able to do so much because you've only got so much time. You might live in an area where you can't get to some of the places, or you've got childcare issues or healthcare issues. You can't get out quite the same. So Party Plan might not be the way that you can build and scale like I did. Becoming the expert. Now this takes time, and it takes courage. And it's great because if you can become the expert in your thing, you know, I am known for being the network marketing direct sales expert. That's what I'm known for. And people recommend me with that. You need to be the person they recommend for what you do. And to do that takes visibility and all the things. But there's other things that you can do to help for all these to happen. Okay? One big thing that you can do is create something that people want, that is free, that you can then get them hooked with, so that they see the value and the trust with you, see that you're that expert, to then go, actually, I want to buy that stuff, I want to join, I want to book that thing. Okay, so there's lots of ways you can do this, that you can implement this, that Lisa's challenge is going to show you, and I'm going to help you with whilst you're in Lisa's challenge and afterwards. Okay, so things like, how many of you in here have downloaded my 104 post ideas or my 100 ways freebie? That little document, it was created as a PDF, and I knew it would massively help my audience. So I put it out there on social media. It's on the bottom of my podcast. I put it out there to the world and say, look, I've got this thing. It's a free download. It's all about 104 post ideas to attract your ideal teamie. You can get it under here. You know, there's a link. You download that freebie and you go onto my email list. And on that email list, I build the trust with you. I share things that I'm doing. You connect with me. Why not, if you are in the skincare thing, give a PDF that's all about skincare, that helps people get the right skincare for them, or helps them with the technique of something to do with skincare. If you are in utility warehouse and you're energy saving, can you do something that is a PDF download, little video, something that you lead people to for free that then tells people how they can save money in their home energy? Top tips for this, that and the other for reducing your outgoing costs every month. You know, and people go onto that list and they get emails from you, which you're not sending out every day. They're on automation. And all this can be done for free, that then leads people to want to have more conversations with you. Usborne books, for example. How to get your kid reading. 10 top tips to get your kids reading. Why reading is so important and why you need to read this document as a parent. Why your school needs to give people in your world better choices to do with reading. You know, anything like that. You know, I'm pulling things out of my head at the moment. If you can do things like that, it can give you an nearly automated, because of course you've got to get people to see it first, way of bringing people into your world who you can then build the connections with in that sales journey that I talk about all the time. You could run masterclasses online. You could run opportunity evenings online. You could do a pre-recorded, this is what it's like to be a rep for blah company, and you lead people to it. You know, why should people watch it? Tell them why they should watch it, lead them to it, stick them on an email list and market to them, build up the trust with them, build up that expertise that you have with them. So when they're ready to join, they've got you on tap. To me, it makes perfect sense. And so many in the industry don't kind of do this. I mean, tell me if you're in network marketing, you already do this, because that is amazing if you do. It's just that extra level. And if you want to build and not be exchanging time for money all the time, this is the way to do it. So I want you to have a really good think about this, because it's so important to try and do different things within your business to get lead generation, to get the connection and the trust built, to offer the opportunities so that your business becomes more resilient. If social media disappeared tomorrow, would your business survive? If you couldn't get out of the house to go and do the in-person stuff for 6 months, would your business survive? I really want you to think about it, because there are ways that you can put things in place that happen in the background that, yeah, it takes some time to build to start with. Just like when you started your network marketing business, it takes some time to build, but then it can go on to do other things for you in the background whilst you're thinking of other things to do, or looking after your team, or off sick with whatever for 6 months. It's a brilliant concept. So Lisa's Race to Recurring Revenue, Lisa Johnson's Race to Recurring Revenue starts on the 26th, and I would highly recommend you come in. I'm going to give you a link. Click on it, sign up for it, and I will, just before the challenge, put us all in a group together so that I can help you from the network marketing standpoint. And from my expertise, if you're not in network marketing, like a lot of people who do watch this, or you are building something else on the side, you know, you've got a salon, or you've got a holistic business, or you work with your partner who has a job and a business doing this other thing. It will work for any business. I'll stay in the separate group with you, and I'll keep you accountable to do the challenge, and we'll also discuss ideas in there as well, so you get that extra level of support. It is going to be a great challenge. I'm going to be doing it alongside you all, because every single year I've done this challenge since 2020, and every single year I've come away with a new thing that I can implement to build what I already have, or to tweak what I already have. So yeah, come and do it. I hope this has been helpful for you today. I hope it's given you some ideas. If you get any ideas, you know, list them below. If you think, oh, do you know what? This has prompted this spark of an idea of something that I could implement into my business. So I'm not just talking to one person, I'm talking to many people about what I do. I'm not just recruiting one person, I'm recruiting many people into what I do. Yeah, if you've watched this and enjoyed it, give it a like, give it a comment, and give it a share maybe. I'll see you all soon.